Back Row Ministry of the World, Premier Mr. Martin coming at you live and direct. Check it, check it, check it. Let's talk about what's going on the last days of Trump. We got some bets going on out there in Bet City. We talking about September. I'm pinging sometime middle of September, September 11th for all hell to break loose as we get to the end. Remember, I talked about my opinion as far as the 2020 was just a distraction, get people mind off of what they're really trying to do. We got talk for impeachment coming with the death of John McCain now, the ritualistic sacrifice of John McCain dying at 81. The gematria and numerology all set for the 25th. He dies on the same day as the last Kennedy to pass away, Ted. We see the rituals. Had big deaths. Aretha Franklin, Neil Simon passed away today. Big deaths leading up into the autumn and winter solstices. Big rituals. We had the eclipse coming. A lot of big sacrifices as they prepare for the last day of Trump. So, how do we know that something's about to go down? And this is something else I'm gonna throw out there. And I'm gonna ask this question: where's the vice president? Where is the vice president? Here we are once again. We got all this stuff going on. We got people, snitching. We got pretty much a White House in distress. Mueller's on the hunt. He's about to start getting people to testify. Omarosa with tapes. Where's the vice president? Where is Pence at this precise time and moment? Why haven't we heard anything about him? John McCain died. Go on to YouTube News, MSNBC. This man has said nothing. Where's the vice president, ladies and gentlemen? And that should tell people that, okay, something is afoot. We got all this stuff going on, that all these implications with the president, the snitching, all this other crap that we knew was going to go down, but the vice president is nowhere to be seen because they are preparing him for his role in the production, which comes after Trump leaves. Now, I don't think Trump's going to be impeached. I think they'll start the process. I think he resigns his office due to so much coming out, pretty much mapping and pretty much copying the script of Nixon, where Nixon just resigned. We had Gerald Ford, the invisible vice president, comes into play, who pardons Nixon. Probably the same thing. Pence will pardon Trump, some more stupid stuff, as we get ready for World War. And Pence is going to be the guy who's going to start the world war. There's a lot of stuff going on under the scenes with all these distractions. They've talked about the devaluing of the dollar. We had Trump get on national TV talking about it. Well, if y'all impeach me, I'll let the stock market fall and crash. That really tells you idiots who voted for him how much he really cares about America. If he's going to just let the poor suffer on the stock market cash. So he says, because if you ain't got no money in there, it's not going to affect you. But if you got your retirement in there, it damn sure is going to affect you. But that's just a type of, really, let me say it, excuse my French, bitch-ass nigga some of these rich folks are. So those are games he's talking about. We're in a monetary state right now, whereas the devaluing of the money all over the world is the goal for everybody. Get the finances of the world in peril, create the one world economy, and everybody goes into the one world economy system. That's where we headed, that one world economy. Dollars aren't going to be worth nothing after a while. They're not going to be worth a penny. If you don't have credit or a way to build up credits, you're going to be in trouble. So those things are coming. I mean, I understand people struggle with change, and people look at us and say, oh, y'all crazy, y'all saying this, y'all saying these, but all you have to do is go get money from 1820 and 1830 and match it up to the money today. You'll see money's been changing already. We went from gold to the standard we at now. They tried to get back to the gold standard. Now they're going to the world economy. We got all sorts of stuff floating around as ways. We got bitcoins. We got all this other stuff kind of floating around as the new world orders plans for the financial system in this country. We're going to a credit system. If you ain't got credit, you're going to be in trouble. So a lot of stuff dealing with the finances. Remember we said why this distraction was going on, that the defense spending budget got passed. Nobody talked about that on the news. That was nicely concealed by all this bullshit that they throw in front of us on the idiot box with Trump. He's nothing but a distraction. While he's doing a distraction, the elite feed the war state. America is the war state. So we got 7 city-states. America is the war state. This is the state they sent out to do the fighting and do the security and the policing. So they're preparing us for World War II. We see the players coming back in. Iran is starting to beef back up. We see our Korea back and forth with us. We're getting there, but we need the catalyst to pull us in the war. And as I said, only Democrats have successfully been at the helm of each war. You need a Democrat at the helm because they con these Democratic fools in America into voting for whatever they want. And they've always been able to manipulate them to get what they want, even setting up certain situations. Vietnam, set up by the Congress, set up by the military. World War II, set up by the president. He knew planes was on their way to Hawaii. He just didn't report the shit. So things have been set up by us in order to get people in the war. There was a side time in World War II where we supported the Germans because majority of Americans were German. Then all of a sudden we flip. We make this great flip and Hitler's the bad guy so they can create, and that's what they did. They created Israel. Israel is not a real place. Jerusalem is a real place, but Israel is not a real place. I mean, before that point, everybody pretty much came there anyway. It still was one of those sacred cities. You can have masjids there. You can have synagogues there. You can have churches there, and everybody got along. But with this creation of Israel, that's where the problems came, because a lot of those people, they don't come from there. People don't know. The majority of Jews here in New York, they come from Eastern Europe. Most of them are Russians and Hungarians. They don't know about no Israel. They don't know about Palestine and all that stuff. But if you come and try to strong arm a spot, that's like me coming on a block, a gang come on a block and it's ran by one gang. You try to strong arm it, yeah, it's going to be some problems. The boys across the street might not get along with you. It's just the way of the world. So a lot of these things was created following World War. North Korea and South Korea was created after World War II. That was a split created after World War II. So war does a lot. So now we're getting into this new war phase, and the next changes of the world will come, the New World Order, as they call it. So let's see how they're going to reorganize the world. Civilizations are built to last for a while and fall. Periods last for a while and fall. America might not be around in 20, 30 years. America's not built to survive, really. Not one of those type of civilizations. So let's see where everything goes. But right now, as we enter the winter solstice and the fall solstice, autumn solstice, look for a lot of things to happen. We got a lot of ritualistic deaths with Aretha Franklin, as I said before, as with John McCain, and watch how these things play all into the end of Trump. As I said, September, around some of the holidays in September, that's when things really start to see these changes. So let's see what happens with Trump. I got the middle of the month really as the beginning of the end for Trump. Peace and air grease. But the ultimate question is, where is Pence? It's like Waldo. Where is Waldo at this point? We don't know, but we probably could say they're trying to build him up for his part in the script, which is up and coming. Peace and air grease.